G'day folks, welcome back to the channel for part 10, I believe, of our Aether Pets Ritualist playthrough, where we have moved on to Elite difficulty. We have nuked our poison and acid resistance, and our piercing is now no longer capped as well. Fortunately, I believe the bottom row is not affected by your difficulty. I've also pulled the Slith necklaces out of the stash that we put in there way back at the start of the game, all the way in Act 1. So that will be good. Alright, we'll talk to Rook, the gatekeeper. We'll say thank you. He'll open the gate, and then we will head out and put all of our buffs on. Now, Act 1 in normal takes a little while, especially if you're waffling over the top of it. Act 1 in Elite doesn't take very long at all, actually. You can get through here quite quickly. Because you have run speed from your gear, because you have run speed from your devotions, because you have a lot more damage now, you will murder things faster, you will move faster, and you will just generally get things done faster. You do still have to pay attention though. Just because you are stronger doesn't mean that the monsters are weaker. They are actually a fair bit stronger themselves. So don't get cocky, kid, is what I'm getting at. Order of Death's Vigil is getting reputation in Act 1 now, which is nice. So we go through, we do all of the misclicking that we did in normal all over again. And yeah, Act 1 is going to be relatively the same. I am going to try and remember to rescue the rovers this time, because it's not such a big deal in Elite when you have the run speed. Whereas if you're trying to do it in normal, it's a couple of minutes extra to go into their cave, to find their cave. Because I'm not 100% sure which cave it is, but I will try to remember. I'll try to do it, and it will all be good. Okay. Not too worried about picking anything up through here. None of the MIs are going to be amazing. We will check out the Carver's Conjuring Bone because it is also in Elite. There is an upgraded higher level version of it available. So we will have a look at that. But I'm not expecting to wear it. Especially not until we get a better weapon from Krieg. With that said, there are also in Elite, I believe it's 8 shrines, but they are more expensive. So in normal, this wanted an Aether crystal, and in Elite, it wanted the 2-slot one, the Aether shard, I think. Aether, not cluster, didn't want one of these. It wanted the middle difficulty one. The next devotion we are going for is going to be the Manticore. So this one here will, if you read the bottom line there, 10 reduced targets resistances for 5 seconds. This is going to be our resistance shred until we get up here to the Widow, this one here. And between those two, that's our resistance shred until level 100. Does help that this offers us a lot of damage and health as well. So that OA on the pets is actually pretty good. Anyway, that's our next devotion. And I'm just collecting the Aether Crystals because, as I've said before, Aether Crystals are something you can never have enough of. And even collecting every single one you come across, you will still run out of them. As soon as you try and craft anything at all, you won't have enough, I promise you. You want more, you need more, get more. So we're doing all the same quests. Pharos the Rotted is still here. We are still going to kill him. Except this time our pets are... It's going to be more of them standing in the acid. and he's going to die a little quicker, which is nice. So we now have respected with Death's Vigil. So we could go back to normal and just have a look at the faction items that just opened up to us, which I might do at some point, but it's not going to be now. We're going to do Act 1. Okay, so I've just picked up 3 more Slith necklaces. That means I never need another Slith necklace on this character ever again. Because I already had the 3 that we had banked previously, and I now have picked up another 3, that is, and there's 2 more, that is our elite and our ultimate is sorted. And these are a downgrade in just about every way. So yeah, right now I don't care about killing Slith anymore. If they get in the way, sure, kill them, but I don't need their necklaces anymore. So I'm not going to be picking any more up. We'll just clear this out to get access to the rift, and then I'm going to head to the left and turn this in, because this is one of the reasons why we came to Elite so early, was to get the ring from this quest. And the other reason being I want to kill the Warden and take his, and get an upgrade for his weapon. So, what might that be? Will these suffice? Thank you. This ring is just a straight up upgrade over what we are wearing. So you can see it's a Slith Primal ring. It's got all the same stuff as the old one, just with bigger numbers. Unfortunately, it also requires more levels to wear, but beggars can't be choosers, so we'll get there. It'll be fine. Right. Let's go finish Act 1. If I remember, and I'm going to try to, I will go into the caves here and rescue the rovers, because we do want rover XP, or rover reputation, sorry, so as we can do their quest, which will give us another devotion shrine back in normal. And then again, when we get there in Elite, it will be the same quest again, except this time we'll be able to do it as we go through the area. Alright. Murdering stuff we don't need to is always fun. We come back here for this guy, where is he? Gillis the Decayed, who should melt pretty quickly. Yep, there he goes. Plague Revolver, not interested. Carvers of Decay, not really interested in that either. Here's Milton, we're going to kill him. See all those mages. This is kind of what happens when you have your 2 tank pets up front. Any skeletons you summon that are melee skeletons will run in, and eventually they'll die. So that just leaves all of the mages and archers. And then you resummon, and let's say you get, 1 more mage and 2 melees, and the 2 melees will run in and die, and you'll keep the archer, because they're kind of hanging back. And so eventually over time you end up with mostly mages and archers. Nicely frozen. Okay, and we just kill these last few. There we go. So Marauder's Talisman. This is, I believe, an upgrade for the... oh, this is the ranged one. Okay. So Marauders, I think is it Bladesworn? I forget exactly, but there's 3 versions of this dual wield talisman, and you have to find the recipes for them. Okay, that is definitely not worth casting. Oh, I missed a level. Okay, that's fine. I guess we just put them straight in the bar. And then resummon pets. Okay. Resummon the angry potato. Or the smelly potato, sorry. Because he was getting low. And the angry houseplant comes along with him. Okay, here is Negan the Withered. We're going to kill him as well. Something murdered all of our skeletons, so we're going to resummon those. The Mantle of the Weeping Eye sounds like poison. Looks nothing like poison. And I think I've managed to walk past the cave that had the Rovers guys in, so I'm not hugely fussed about it. If I find it, I will go in. If I don't, oh well. Again, I'm not sure why I'm standing around to kill those guys. Okay, we're coming in here. This is, once again, for the Devotion Shrine. There is, I think I said 8 in Elite, and ideally I want all of them. So in Normal, there is only 7. They added an additional one in Elite. What was... I just saw a pet item. There it is, the Untamed. It's a lot of poison resistance. Anyway, right, Devotion complete. Let's go second one in Manticore. This one is basically good for the smelly potato, and doesn't really do much for any of the others. Because he is still doing a decent amount of poison damage, we notice he does acid poison damage, and then his main attack is a little bit of physical, and it's actually a lot of poison. So that particular node will increase his damage a decent amount. All of his physical is converted to Aether at the moment. Okay, so the merchant is not down here, so we'll go check his next potential location, which is up here. I think I would see it on the map by now if it was there, so I don't think he's at this one either. Nope, definitely not. Okay, 3 doggies. Just gonna run around until the pets take care of them. Believe that's all of them dead. No pet fatalities, which is nice. And we're still getting reputation with Homestead. Still getting reputation with Death's Vigil for a lot of this stuff. Alright, here's our merchant. We're not going to extort him again. Don't actually know what you get out of it aside from you get a few extra iron bits. I'm not sure really what the benefit is. A couple iron bits in exchange for probably not getting as much faction reputation. I think I'd rather have the reputation. Alright, so another shrine in this area. And we're just going to walk through again, let the pets kill everything. Easy peasy. There he goes. And a lot of poison on the ground. Pets are definitely not loving the poison on the ground. This is a nice little hidden area here as well. If you look around, there's often areas like this. They're almost never actually worth going into, but they are some pretty cool little hidden areas in this game. they're not really worth going into, but they are fun to go into, if that makes any sense. Alright, here we go. Fighting for another devotion point. Will of Fate is not pet stuff. That's fine. That was a pet item I just picked up of the Untamed. No resistances. I really need the resistances. Alright, next one for the Manticore is percent health, which is nice. Let's see if this guy manages to get an attack off before he dies. He definitely did. Killed 3 skeletons. Okay, there's the helmet of the Perdition set, so I think I've now had the entire set. I think that's the entire set, I'm pretty sure. So I should have played Retaliation Sentinel. That would have been really good for that build. Alrighty, so in normal, you want to help Duncan because he gives you a bunch of extra XP. In Nightmare, or sorry, in Elite and in Ultimate, it doesn't really matter so much. I prefer Ulgrim because I prefer his bonuses, but you can absolutely side with Duncan again. You will not, however, get more XP this time. I'm not sure why you get more XP for siding with Duncan in normal. I just know that you do. Okay, I'm going to side with Angram because it means I don't have to go back and talk to Duncan. Okay. Set those free from their totem, and then we'll set them free from their lives as well. Totem cleared. Don't think any of this is actually any good. What is that? Boots. They're nice. I would like to use them because of the bleeding resist to all pets. However, I need the resist for my character, which is unfortunate. And what was the other pet item? Tormented Souls. Dominator's Shoulders. Again, I would like to use them, but I need the resistances. Speaking of resistances, that is a really, really nice amulet for resistances. Unfortunately, I'm not going to wear it because the Deathwatcher pendant is much better. But that would pretty much solve the resistance problem on its own. So it's just a shame that I can't wear that. I guess I could wear it, but I think I would lose too much extra damage. Okay, this is on fire, which is unfortunate. It means we have to go into the side of the cave where all of the Aether stuff is, and our Aether resistance is rubbish. So we're just going to come down this way. This is the worst layout for this section because even the pathway underneath here is blocked. So we will have to go through this section and clear out everything. So we've just reached Hated with the Ethereals, which is the non-Act 5 ethereal stuff. That means we will be getting additional spawns, we'll be getting additional hero spawns, as well as just more regular monsters. Good for loot, but it does also increase the risk of dying because there's more stuff that's attacking you. Alrighty, here is the shrine we came for, and we can't afford it. We actually don't have another Aether Shard, so that's unfortunate. We'll have to come back probably after we kill the Warden, because there's a whole bunch of Aether Crystals just outside of his laboratory. If we find something before then, that'll be good, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Righty, so same as normal. I have my sort of, what do we call it? My preferred direction to walk. You can go different ways. This is just the way I like to go. As long as you hit all the main sections, do all the quests and such, you'll be fine. So here we are, we're back in Birch. And I'm going to come up here and kind of clear the immediate area, because I am expecting 3 elites from the third wave here. So first wave dead, this is the second wave. Second wave is dead, and yes, I got all 3. So one's going to be fire, one's going to be cold, and the other one I think is arcane, so or aether. Forget exactly what the third one is, but it's not something I really want to mess with. Alright, let's go turn some quests in. I have a lot of quests to turn in here. Okay, I'm going to talk to your friends, absolutely. Alright, there's 45, which means we can now wear that ring. One more level and we'll get the additional armor there. So I'm going to put that ring on instead of this one. And you know what, I'm not even going to bother melting it. Just put a new adornment, a new component on there. So he is most welcome for us saving him. Let's just make sure we're not throwing any pet items out that we might want to keep. So this one is actually pretty bad when you get to Elite. So that's got, the of Decay is the Vitality stuff at the top there, but it's percent all damage, offensive ability, energy regen, none of that really applies to us. The Reckless Guardian is nice, the percent all damage and health for pets is nice, but none of that really screams, you know, powerful item to me. So he can go ahead and keep that. What was that one? Witch Blades of Corrosion. Okay, no, not interested, thank you. Different shoulders, Dominators. I need the Chaos Res. Boots. Cage Souls would be nice for the Blight Fiend levels, but unfortunately no. And that's all we got. Okay. It may be worth, because we do have a decent amount of bleeding. We don't need the elemental resistance from the Wardstone there. It might be worth swapping that out for a Aether Stone, I think they're called. Let's go talk to people. So we rescued basically the entire population of the town already. Okay, these guys are still just respected, so we're not quite at the level where we can buy the next set of stuff, although I don't think there's actually anything here that I want. A lot of this stuff is going to be, you know, kind of nice to have. Like this one, +2 Call of the Grave, some pet health and defensive ability. Aether resistance is actually pretty good. I probably would wear that if we had the reputation. But, yeah. Not super stressed about it. That's the fabric. Thank you for the free XP. Alright, so we dump all our junk in here. I don't think I'm actually going to end up wearing these. I think for a shield, the +2 to raise skellies is nice, but I'm going to replace that very quickly anyway. That's really unfortunate. It's okay. Hopefully I can remember to come back for that. And if not, oh well. We're going to confront Doreni again, because then I don't have to fight him later. And I think in Ultimate we will leave him, just so as we can kill him every time we go through there. Okay, so in Elite I was saying they added an additional shrine. That's where we're heading now. This is also a kind of a secret area that probably most people know about. So if you go under the bridge we just walked over, you will find access to a hidden cave. So all of our pets are dead. That's fun. And he's arcane as well, so we're starting to see arcane, which is not something I enjoy. They will throw out a little blue ball of energy at you, and if it hits you, it will strip all your buffs off. It does not delete pets, but what it does do is it will turn both of these auras off, it will turn Spectral Binding off, and it will turn Mogdrogan's Pact off. Which means we lose a ton of health because of the loss of Spectral Binding. We'll lose a ton of damage because of the loss of these the Aether weapons. And we'll lose armor and regen and stuff. It's just bad news bears all around. So, under the bridge, into the cave, through the cave, which is full of slith and werewolves and such. Again, I'm not sure why I'm sort of hanging around to kill these. I guess XP is nice. Alright. Almost through. Now this section also has a one-shot chest in it, which I will pop. Interesting loading screen reminding me about one-shot chests. I am going to hit that while we're here, but we're here for the shrine more than the one-shot chest. Just keeping an eye on the life up here of the pets. It would be nice to be able to move that somewhere more central so I don't have to look quite so far away to see it. But it is what it is. Okay. Keep resummoning skeletons as needed, and moving forwards towards the shrine. I'm going to be quite disappointed if this shrine is another Aether Shard. Alrighty, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Okay, some crystal clusters here. Hopefully one of them will have a shard. Nope. Oh well. That's alright. It's okay. We can come back and get them later, or potentially get other shards or other chests that don't require things we don't have. Alright, here's the Exalted Stash. So there's actually a decent amount of loot here. Eternal Band. Not very good. That's actually really... a part of me is laughing at this and the other part of me wants to scream. Okay, that's fine. I think the one in the Warden's Quarters will probably be the same as well. We've got +3 to Oakskin from somewhere, which is nice. It's very nice. And 2 more points. I think we'll put them in spectral binding for now. Alright, let's go to the docks, get the fabric, and then we'll maybe go find some crystals or something. I don't know. We might have to farm the warden's quarters. We're going to kill him a few times for a weapon anyway, so maybe I'll go backwards and clear his crystal collection out as well. You gotta laugh at it, eh? Alright, so coming up on the docks, we are here for the fabric again. You want the shiny chests, you want the weathered shiny chests, you want this weathered chest. And this one probably as well. Yep. So as I said back in normal, they're always in the same locations, so if you see a chest in a certain spot, you know it's going to be that one. But yeah, you kind of just have to learn which ones it is. And then you just go get it. It's not particularly difficult, just open everything, you'll find them. Looks like our third one is going to be up inside the house here. Yeah, there it is. Alright, 3 fabrics collected. Already got that one in normal, so it's not going to be there. Do we get the shrine? We do not, so no shrine today. It's the second one that's usually fairly common that I've walked past and hasn't been there. Let's see if the house is on fire, so we have to go around this time. It is, so you see this is on fire, you can't go out there. You can, however, come out here and just walk around. That was a crystal, right? So, crystal. The larger shards are actually fairly rare from what I've seen. This one, however, is a fight, which is nice, because fights don't cost you things you don't have. The blue item I don't have, though. Alright, the pets are melting, so we resummon. And they're dead. I said, and they're dead. There we go. Okay, another one into the Manticore. We've got a choice here. Do we take this first? This is a really nice node, 4% physical resistance. The poison acid is nice, but not a big deal. But I think we go... This does absolutely nothing for me. I think we go to the resist shred. And we'll save the apprentice while we're here. Yep, someone has been here recently. Surprise, it was Dalit. So we're going to go out together, but she doesn't want to walk, so we teleport her instead. Okay, let's go say hi to the warden. So this time, because we got all of the notes and the books and stuff in normal difficulty, we actually don't need to come in here and get them again. So they're just not there anymore. Okay. Alrighty. And we're just going to walk through here again. The ancient Aether totem, if we find it, we'll do it. Okay, we're going to go that way anyway. This build will have no trouble with it at all. I think by this point in Elite, if your build is in Elite, you probably should have no trouble with this totem at all, ever, pretty much. So I'm going to clear the area, make sure the spiders are all dead. So saying you should have no trouble is not the same as saying you will have no trouble. Gonna wait for the Call of the Grave to be back up. And squish this spider. Alright. Here we go. So we have lost 1 skeleton, 2, 3 skeletons. We are actually taking a decent amount of damage. It's probably mostly all that rubbish on the floor. Turn the loot off. Our smelly potato is dead. Okay, that's a lot of damage. So we just keep running around, blink away from stuff, resummon pets. And you remember how I said should have no trouble? Well, unfortunately, should and do are not the same. So we managed to actually lose that fight, which is surprising. I didn't think it would be an issue. It's alright, we'll take a step back, reset, and get everything under control. Resummon all the pets, get all their cooldowns back. So we've got the heal on Call of the Grave. Just put this back so I've got the recast on it. Wonder if I can put... No. I was going to see if I could put the apothecary item heal on there. I'll put it on here. Alright, we're going back in. Fingers crossed. Okay, they're taking a lot more damage when they're coming in one at a time, which is nice. All of our skeletons are dead. But they are fighting amongst themselves, which is nice. So I'd say that's what happened. We killed... So these ethereals are actually not Act 1 ethereals. These are Ashes of Malmo ethereals, which combined with this being elite instead of normal is why they're destroying our pets. And when you kill them, they leave a whole bunch of rubbish on the floor as well. So what's that, the Mark of False Gods? Yeah. Let's see if we can't kill these before they cause any more trouble. Okay, so the totem is done, which is nice. Did not expect that to be anywhere near that difficult. But, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to get a bit of a wake-up call. This proc, so of kings, is actually really good for pets, because if you look at it, it emboldens nearby allies when you get hit, and you're taking constant chip damage on this build, because you're usually out in front. But it gives them 75% all damage and 10% total speed. So that's actually a really good affix to have on 1, maybe 2 pieces of gear. We're not going to wear it though, because I need the pierce and bleeding resistances on that. Alright, let's go actually kill the warden. See if we can get that done in this episode. No, that's a storeroom. So I guess that's what you get for talking a big game before you actually go in and do the fight. So note to self, talk shit after you beat the fight, not before. But we got through it. And did it without a death too, which is very nice. Because I'd hope to have to remake this whole series. But yeah, we'll say that's the first close call this build has really had. Which I guess had to come at some point. As I said though, that was a bunch of ethereals from Act 5 from the Ashes of Malmo expansion. That was not your everyday run-of-the-mill ethereal totem. So you'll also notice that I now have the Ethereal Vanguard. and it's from. I don't think that's the first totem I've seen them in. In fact, it's definitely not. But yeah, I've never been to Act 5, and we've unlocked the faction reputation for them. So that would be the reason why that particular totem is so notorious, and it's for a good reason. Yeah, another one. Okay, so let's put that back on. So I am going to farm this section for at least 3 of those um, Aether crystals. I'll probably get 2 or 3 levels while I'm doing it as well. There's 1 Aether shard. 1 down, 2 to go. Oh, that definitely got the blood pumping. I won't lie, I kind of expected to die there, especially when I got trapped against the wall with the teleport on cooldown. I definitely expected to die there. And it would have been hilarious after all the smack I was talking before. It would have just been like, oh, okay, you're gonna talk like that? Well, here you go. Go back to level 1, start again. Okay. That's alright, we got through it. And I got a reminder for why that shrine is so notorious. So moving through here, there should not really be anything that's going to be too dangerous. And we're just gonna get to the waypoint. I think I will probably take a quick break when I get to the waypoint and just farm some of this. I will do that off camera though. I'm not going to make you watch me reset and farm crystals. But maybe I'll get lucky and get 2 more in this section. I won't have to do it. It's not looking good though. I think there's only three left. Alright, moving through, just remembering to continue resummoning your pets as they die so you don't end up with none of them. You will have sort of a constant churn of 2 pets die, you resummon, 2 more pets die, still on cooldown, okay, now you can resummon. But as long as you keep resummoning and you don't wait too long till you've got 2 left, you should be fine. And yes, it does look like I will have to farm those. I will just kill the warden because there's a few more crystals up that way, and then I will I'll take a break then, make a coffee, and do a little bit of farming off screen. For those of you who are watching, do you prefer to skip this sort of thing so you don't get to watch the farming, or would you prefer to see more of just show us everything kind of playthrough? This is something I meant to ask during the Archon playthrough, but never actually got around to asking it. Do people prefer to see everything, or is this like, why are you making me watch you go shopping sort of thing? So let me know in the comments, and we'll see what happens. If enough people are interested in it, I might leave it in. But realistically, it's not very exciting to watch someone go shopping in Grim Dawn. Okay, a couple more shots for some Aether Shards. I will probably go back to the secret area under the bridge and get that one before I reset the client, or before I reset the session, just so I don't have to clear through that whole section again. Once you get into Elite and Ultimate, it does actually become quite risky to be running too far in front of your pets and just skipping through everything. Especially in Ultimate, I have actually lost a couple of characters to doing that in Ultimate, and yeah, it doesn't feel good when your level 87 character dies because you blinked forward and got yourself stuck against a wall without any pets. Right. Let's go say hi to the warden. So I've learned my lesson. This is actually going to be a really hard fight. And I'm going to be super careful about it. I know it looks like it's, not super challenging, but actually it is really difficult. So I just walk straight into his stun wave, slows me down afterwards. Okay, that's him dead. He dropped both of his MIs, which is nice. And that metal also is pretty nice, but not for this build. The stats on those are rubbish, so of course it's going to have 100% conversion. No, it's not, it's only 92%. That's good, because I don't want to use that. But as far as his shield goes, that is a lot of physical resistance and a decent chunk of Aether resistance. So I may actually end up using that shield for a little while. I'll hang on to it. But I am going to end the episode here. The final stop, what is that? A shield with stuff I don't care about, but I may end up using that as well, actually. I am going to end the episode here and go and do some farming. As I said, let me know in the comments below if this is something you would prefer to see or not see. I imagine most people don't want to see it, which is why I have been not recording it, but let me know. And that'll be it for this episode, so thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time, and bye for now.